trying to stay centered now that I've become a billionaire, trying to stay centered and not get cocky. Remember where I came from, you know, realize that pretty much I am just a man. These are all things that I think about, I think about, people who have came and went. I think about Steve Jobs and the Apple Corporation, who had arguably the better product, but wound up as number two. I think about Warren Buffett, who applied more of the spiritual principles that I tend to believe in and wound up as number two. I think like I'll live my life the way I want to, you know, try to do my job for God if I even believe in that anymore. Um, but I'll never forget the principles that got me here. Once I started to put faith in God, a lot of crazy shit started to happen. So I don't know what is going on underneath the hood of my life. What's going on underneath beneath the scenes. But tonight, I'm gonna go to bed listening to some coding material. I gotta learn how to code. I gotta learn how to code basically. At the age of 30, I don't consider that much of a disadvantage compared to Mark Zuckerberg and a lot of the people that had to learn how to code. Think of Jeff Bezos, who at the age of 40 decided to start Amazon.com and became the richest man in the world. I think what kind of old school vibe can I bring to new school business to show people that I really am one of the greatest business people of all time? Like 100 years ago, they wore top hats and monocles and smoked pipes and cigars to show people how rich they are. They have a solid gold watch to show people how rich they are. And then the new school comes around and it's all about t-shirts, and you wear the same color t-shirt every day, that's your style, that's how you identify in life, and you don't spend any money. Well, what's the point of making a bunch of money if you're not spending money on luxury items? I guess a lot of the rich people from the previous generation of rich people don't care about stuff like that. I like to ball out. I like to show out. I might wear a iced out diamond watch, a diamond necklace, a diamond tennis necklace. Not a wrapper, but just as a fashion accessory. I think a diamond tennis necklace looks pretty good, Solid gold watch will always be in style, is it's crazy, but trying to stay modest, trying to stay humble, and just say say my prayers, take my vitamins, and just have try not to get too big, try not to feel too big about myself, trying to stay like a child in the kingdom of God. It's harder than it looks when you have, I realized that 90% of what I've achieved so far was just victor of circumstance, you know. When I was 5 years old or 3 years old, it simply was not difficult for me to make the right decision to make a lot of money. I think about how I might be moving through many lifetimes that maybe I haven't reached my final destination, that maybe money still isn't good for me. I don't know who I'm gonna be at the end of my story, you know, and I'm just constantly working on that. You know, if I haven't made it to heaven yet, I'd like to go to heaven for all eternity. You know, that's for real, that's for sure. I don't want to go to hell. I want to go to heaven. I'd really love to go to heaven, you know. But the gift of money is like, I love, like, one of my great joys in life is feeling like I'm better than everyone else. Oddly enough, that's where I found my place in the world, that's where I get much of my joy, is by feeling like I'm better than everyone else. Makes me feel good knowing that I'm in the top 0.01%, the top 0.00001% of people. It just brings me great satisfaction and great joy. And it's not my fault that I'm so great. It's just your fault that you're not as great as me. How I emerged after everything I've been through in my life, how I emerged at the age of 30 as a billionaire. I would like to just keep going up higher, just more money, more money. Maybe that'll be my claim to fame. Maybe I have a fucked up ass life, but I sure do got some fucking money.